Welcome back, pod piggies, to A Lot on Your Plate podcast. We've missed one another. We haven't seen each other for ages.
16 days.
Not like you're counting or anything.
I counted earlier. Only for the purpose of this.
Yeah, whatever. We haven't seen each other since we last recorded. We've got so much to catch up on. It's been a long time. You've been here, there and everywhere, gallivanting.
There's just a lot that's happened in that time as well to speak about.
So we've decided that this episode we're gonna have to split it in two because there's just far too much on this lovely long list of ours. So we're gonna carry it on into Patreon as well this week. So if you'd like to join us over there, please do.
Come see us, come say, hiya.
Please like and subscribe. Me and Zoe have been singing a song all morning because TikTok lives rent free in our head.
It's a joke.
I'm looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. But we've made a new version
that suits us better.
Should we say bloke or man?
I prefer bloke.
I'm looking for a bloke in workwear, rough hands, man bag, blue eyes.
Take from that what you will.
Oh, fucking hell.
I had my own version for Jason.
Yeah.
And I'll just put jammies and fluffy socks out there, and you can make it your own.
Everyone said we're looking for a man in SpongeBob pajamas, fluffy socks, blue eyes.
Bless me, just likes the company.
Right.
Anyway,
spit or swallow today.
Here we go. We visited the new Bare Bones store. It's new, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Like a few days, I think.
Which is chocolate.
Glasgow's chocolatier. Just near the what is it?
That is called what is that called again? It's like the wee archways near King Street car park.
Where Shawarma King is and that donuts. Anyway, their factory's just round the corner and the other archways. We had a little nosy there the other day, didn't we? But we've got the 287 collab limited edition chocolate, which is the best bakery that we spoke about a few episodes ago.
What?
Oh my god, that's well cute. Show the camera. Gorgeous.
Right, should we get a bit? I'm assuming that's white chocolate.
And we also got the iced chocolate as well. Chocolate. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're quite far away.
This morning, haven't we? Oh, it's salty.
That is nice.
Get inside. For me, chocolate needs to be in the fridge. Just saying.
No, I like it quite.
That's too
moist. What is it you're laughing at? Because I said moist. Fucking grow up.
With the innuendos. I've just got a filthy mind, okay? Right.
Grow up, Jessica.
I know. I really should. So, we've got their Bare Bones iced hot chocolate.
Straws look nice. That was good. She gave us 2 straws for you to wrap those fucking lips around the both of them.
You and these fucking phrases today, sis.
I've missed it. Been my mum for a week. I'm rebelling now.
Gorgeous.
My mum said to me,
wrap those lips.
on the journey at some point, I think you should really try stop swearing as much.
No, listen, I actually agree with you, mother. I
don't think I'm that bad.
No, I am. I really am. And I don't know what it is. It's not that I can really switch it off if I want to.
I know, same. But
I just feel comfortable in this space. And around my friends, I swear a lot. So did my friends.
I know, me too.
But my mum never swears. My nan would never. What does she call it? Blasphemy. Even if I say the word bloody, it's like, oh, Jessica. Or if I say, oh God, don't say the Lord's name in vain. And now I'm like, fucking hell. Like, I can't say anything. Fucking hell. But I just really, my nan gets really upset with my swearing. My mum.
I could never swear in front of my nan. I think she would actually drop to the ground.
Yeah, I agree. It's terrible.
That's why we don't allow her to listen to this.
But my dad's a swearer.
Mine's is a swearer as well.
Really?
On my dad's side.
But my mother, oh no. But she does swear around me a little bit.
She's trying to act cool though.
For sure.
Fit in with the youngins.
Yeah. But no, I don't think it's big or clever. I don't.
No, it's not, and it's actually thick.
It is. You know how I slagged everyone for saying the word like over and over? Mm-hmm. The word fucking in between every other word is the same.
It's worse.
And I'm actually that person. So...
Anyway,
it's disgusting and I need to rein it in.
Yeah.
We should have a swear jar. What we should do is have a swear jar, right? And then we can put £1 in every time we do it. And we then... then that's an incentive to swear.
No, I know it is.
Like fun money.
We need to put a makeup product in it every time.
Fuck money.
It'd be gone. Everything would be gone. Anyway, we don't have flowers this week.
Nah, that's my fault.
Jess forgot them, but to be fair, we're off routine.
So they usually get delivered to my house on a Monday for the... Sorry.
A Tuesday
for the Wednesday, but I was in London this week. Richard messaged me saying, you've had a big, huge bunch of roses arrive. Because I was thrown off. I was like, oh my God, who are they from? Because I'm just currently cutting the stems, putting them in the vase. I was like, no, they're for the pod. So because they were in the vase somewhere in the house, I haven't saw them. Interesting.
Anyway, it's actually currently a Friday, so we don't usually record on this day, so we're a bit...
Ooh, but the good thing is, though, this means the podcast episode will be out on Tuesday, which means when you're listening, it's only been a few days ago. Which I like that, you know.
I know, because sometimes I feel like what we were talking about was ages ago.
Yeah.
By the time it comes out.
Because I was saying, Zoe, we should speak about Baby Reindeer, but I'm like, that'll be out. I know we spoke about it, but the interview, which everyone spoke about, but I'm a bit bored of it now. Like everything on the internet, people overdo it. A bit like that bloody Charlie and the Chocolate Factory thing in Glasgow. Like, all right, after a while, it's not funny anymore.
It was iconic.
It was iconic. But that woman's doing podcasts and that.
I know, I said we should get somebody on for that.
So we did. No, we'd have been slag silly. Right, anyway. Zoe, let's begin with you because we're going to be here all bloody day.
I know, I've got a lot to talk about.
Tell us. And I genuinely we haven't really spoke about New York. We've spoken a lot, but we haven't spoken about New York.
So not at all.
Let's dig right in. I would love to know everything.
No, but firstly, I need to talk about 2 things I did before I went there.
Okay.
That are quite important to this life. So I went to see Sister Act.
So you did?
At theatre. And it was really good. I think everyone should go and see that show. Mm-hmm. I think it's a really good show. Considering it's about nuns.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Like you don't expect it, do you know what I mean? I don't know if that's appropriate. Then I went to see Take That. They've still got it.
Told you.
I questioned it.
You did on the pod?
A public apology. They've still got it. What I didn't know when I spoke about it on here was Ollie Murs was a support act.
Brilliant.
I don't think that's a support act. I would go and see him.
I'm pretty certain I've been to see him.
I would actually go see him in a solo concert. I think that's really good. Anyway, I went on the Sunday and they were in Glasgow Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday night, Ollie Murs' flight gets cancelled to Glasgow.
Saw this on Glasgow Live, I'm sure.
And a guy
came and did it.
Yep, from Radisson Red.
Oh my God.
He was probably getting paid £200 to be there for a few hours and then he was in the hydro stage.
I'd have done it for free. Oh, sorry, he got paid, right.
Well, he was probably getting something like that for Radisson Red and then someone yanks him out and puts him on the hydro stage. I'd shit myself.
Were people really supportive? Did he explain the situation?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not really sure. But I looked him up after it and he's been on like the radio and ITV.
What's his name then?
Morning thing or whatever.
Bet you forgot.
No, I can't mind.
Daniel Rooney.
Dan.
We should have said that. Producers, fastest finger first.
Daniel Rooney.
Daniel Rooney, well done.
Congratulations to him. Anyway, that's the only things I was up to before I left. So anyway, yeah, I went to New York last week. The big NYC, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps.
And how was it with your mother?
It was really good. I had a great time. Loads to talk about. So me and my mum would never do something together that's not eventful.
Yeah.
It doesn't go smoothly. I don't think I'm the luckiest person. I don't think she is either.
Oh, God, I forgot
I think just inconveniences happen to us. Anyway, so we were flying from Edinburgh to London, London to New York. I think there was just better times instead of a direct flight.
Can you get a direct flight from Scotland to New York?
From Edinburgh you can, yeah.
Love that.
I think it was either shit times or just like double the price, or I can't remember, but we did non-direct. So anyway, we get to the plane and you know that way you don't really notice, but it's about 40 minutes late and you've still not taken off.
Yeah.
Because you don't realise the time. So anyway, we were in the air and I said to Mum, by the way, whatever time it was, our flight's not that long away from now. So anyway, long story short, we spoke to the hostess and she was like, it's fine, it's the same terminal, blah, blah, blah. Like, you won't miss your next flight. It'll actually take you 10 minutes. We're just about to land, whatever.
Oh, so you connecting flight, you mean, sorry.
Yeah, so when we get to London, this was just us going to London at this point.
Oh.
So when the plane lands, there's this woman who is quite erratic, trying to get like off the plane, but we were near the back, but the back door wasn't open. And she eventually was saying to people, can you stop letting everyone go? Like, I need to get off this plane, I've got a connecting flight. Me and my mum were just looking at her like, oh, fucking calm down. And then eventually I thought, bet she's on her flight. I was like, maybe we should be doing that. Like, maybe we should be panicking.
Excuse me.
Because at this point, it was 40 minutes until our flight took off and we were still on the plane. Bearing in mind, they shut the gates before that. Anyway, got off the plane, I'm running ahead in the airport, all dramatic, and I was like, I'll find out where we need to be, you just follow. It was a fucking bus away.
You're joking.
You know how it's still saying terminal, but you need to get that wee shuttle train bus thing? So we had to go on that, run to the gate. We were the last
Was it a connecting flight or was it a flight that you...
No, it was connecting.
Okay, so either way they would have sorted you out if you missed it.
Yeah, probably, but who can be asked?
No, totally, yeah.
And it was like we would only adjust to miss it, so that's annoying.
Yeah.
So we ran and just made it on the flight. We get through scanning boarding passes. Mum gets pulled for a fucking emergency security check.
Shut up.
We weren't even in New York at this point. Drama. Anyway, we're on the flight. There's about 10 kids in front of us, so that was fun. I also wanted to try and wangle a wee like cheeky upgrade as well.
After speaking to Chloe last week, you were like, right.
Yeah, and I just thought, you never know how much they would say it is. Like, it could be so unaffordable, or maybe if it's last minute, no one else has done it, they'll give you a couple £100 or something. So anyway, we didn't have time to do that, and they don't let you do it once you're on the flight. It needs to be done on the ground.
Right, yeah.
And it was empty at that area, and we were crammed in like sardines. Anyway, get to New York, and we're getting our baggage. Nowhere to be seen.
But JFK customs, was it still as long as...
No, we went to Newark.
Did you?
The other airport, which by the way is closer.
Yeah, I've been to Newark before.
That's actually better, because we flew back from JFK.
Remember when I used to fly to New York all the time and I flew to that random airport and we did it once and it was £300 a flight?
Oh yeah, where was that? Was that not Newark?
No. It's like 2.5 hour taxi away from New York. Anyway.
Interesting. So an announcement came over, your bag isn't here, and I just thought...
Was it just you and your mum, or was it other people as well?
No, it was other people. I think it was maybe anyone who got on that from a connecting flight. And to be fair, I did kind of think to myself, I mean, if we only just got on the flight, what's the chances the bags are? And funnily enough, that's never happened to me. And weirdly, the couple of days in the lead up, I was thinking, this is just going to be the time that I lose my bag.
Have you got an air tag?
No.
Right, well, now you need one.
I'm going to get one now.
Not that I know an air tag would make you miraculously get your suitcase any quicker.
But at least you know where it is.
Yeah. And also, I think when you're trying to get through to the airport and you want to find out if your bag's there, at least you could just check in the morning and be like, right, my bag is at the airport. If I just make my way there, or I know they probably delivered it to you, didn't they? Yeah,
they eventually delivered it, but it was a very efficient process. Like, the woman gave us a form, we put down where we were staying, it'll be delivered to you tomorrow, it's coming on the first flight out in the morning.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, fair enough. So the next day we just accepted it. We got like a fresh pair of pants, a toothbrush from the reception hotel.
Zoe, you of all people are like me, and we drill into people's heads that you should pack at least 2 outfits in your carry-on. Why didn't you do it?
I didn't have when I say I had in my hand luggage, I had a face mask for the flight, which I used, which was gorgeous. I wasn't that girl for 1 minute. And then I had poops obviously came with me, a wee pig, it's just safety blanket. I had I got an inhaler because I'm wheezy, so that was with me. I had my wet wipes obviously for the plane, 2 books, my AirPods, and I think that was possibly it. I didn't have one piece of makeup, no skincare, no socks, no nothing. Not a single thing.
Big error.
I know, but see, when you're packing and everything fits in your case, it's quite a luxury not having heavy hand luggage.
I do agree, but then you've had 2 days of hell of just
I know.
feeling trampy.
I know. So anyway, we got fresh underwear, and I was like, right, I can wear these joggies and wee cardigan thing, whatever, for tomorrow during the day. It doesn't matter. And it's quite comfy anyway. So that was fine. But we went to Central Park and cycled around it. which was lovely. We got lost and it took us double the time, so that was argument brewing. It wasn't easy to find, but anyway. And my mum done that in high heel boots.
Of course she did.
She wasn't really phased. And actually, she put some photo dumps on Facebook, bless her. And one of her pals commented, like, why did you even have heels with you to New York in general, never mind Central Park? And I thought, I actually agree with him.
Because your mum's just, she's that girl.
She just walks about in heels all the time.
She's Carrie Bradshaw.
Yeah, it doesn't faze her.
Honestly, I feel like if you could walk in heels and it was comfortable for you, I've got a friend like that as well, and I just think, fair fucks, like, they look great all the time.
No, I know, and I've got my wee trainers on.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were going to see Billy Joel that night, which was amazing, by the way. I didn't really know much about him, so you know what we after you probably want to Google everything, so now I do. And he's from New York,
okay.
So just has such like a strong accent. Yeah. Just like quite cool that it was there, and it was his birthday that day, so he sang happy birthday, brought a cake out. It was nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Anyway, I was like to my mum, I can't go to this concert with these joggers on. Like, I need these off.
Yeah,
my body now. At least she had jeans and a wee heeled boot on, and like a leather jacket, so she could kind of change it up. And her makeup, by the way, might have mentioned, so she was fine.
Yeah.
So we went to H&M and not one single thing in size. Because it's obviously just so busy, and I think the women said they were renovating that store soon, so they were just trying to get rid, blah, blah, blah. I ended up with this long... I don't mind a maxi dress and holiday, like just floaty, floral, like I'm fine with that with trainers. But I didn't have anything to put on top, so I had like a grey jumper style cardigan with this fucking dress, no scrap of makeup. My hair was starting to go that like
frizzy
curl in different areas, but it meant to be straight way. No hair products, no hair, nothing, no makeup. Mum was like, why don't you just put a wee bit of, like, I've got my makeup, like, why don't you just put a wee bit on? I was like, that brush, I can't. And then she was like, what about even just a wee bit of mascara? And I was like, right, well, what mascara have you got? I know what way, like, I could see her start to laugh, and I was like, Mum, what mascara have you got? She was like, Primark. And I was like, of course you've got fucking Primark mascara. Why? I know people are chatting about Primark Beauty, but of course she'd Primark mascara.
Oh, I love her.
I just needed a wee bit of Maybelline or something, do you know what I mean? So I was like, no. You just
didn't have any?
No, I just accepted defeat. Like, I'm not going to try and make something work here.
Mascara was mascara.
What was mascara going to do?
True.
At this point, I looked like I'd been dragged through the fucking bush backwards. Anyway, I was starting to get annoyed at this point because shopping I don't find enjoyable at the best of times. Like, nothing fits me well. I don't, we've spoken about it before. So even jeans, like, tried on a million pairs, all too big or too small, like,
and you just think, no point in me wasting my money.
I know, and
you're
also...
going to get some compensation or what?
Well, that's what I said, and loads of people messaged me when I put it on my story saying they're quite good at just giving you like compensation. But I think my mum's filled out a form and sent our receipt from the stuff that we did buy from H&M.
Yeah, you will get your money back. So it could take about six months, mind you.
I know, but I don't just want that. I want like inconvenience compensation.
I think you do get that. Have you got travel insurance?
Yeah, we do. So we gave her details.
Yeah.
Anyway, but in that H&M, we were against the clock as well to get to Billy Joel in time. So it was just stress city.
Yeah.
So anyway, I looked an absolute riot, but so did everyone else there, if I'm being honest. Everyone's quite casual over there.
Yeah.
The people with Crocs and socks on, that needs to stop.
Yeah, it does.
See, if you're on holiday, I'll allow Crocs. It's easy, your feet can breathe, whatever, right? Out and about on the streets, especially with socks, stop doing that.
The ballet pumps need to stop.
No, they need to stop as well. Quite a few things are not okay right now.
Wells.
I could go on. Anyway, that was great. The next day we were meant to go to... Oh, right, suitcase update. So we then had a tracking link. So we phoned the woman on that and the verification failed. So there was another thing in the middle of Times Square shouting down the phone and she's like, the verification's failed. And we were like, yeah, but what part? Can't tell you. Great. So we go back to the hotel after a H&M palaver, phoned again. And it was the phone number because they'd put the hotel one instead of like one of ours. So got through all that. Well, I can see that your bags were meant to go on a flight this morning from London, but New York haven't confirmed receipt. So I don't know where they are. Oh, thanks so much. That's perfect. But I was tracking a flight that they were meant to be on that had arrived. So I'm thinking, hopefully they're on that. Then during Billy Joel, I'm saying to my mum, have you checked your phone? Like, have you had any updates yet? She's like, I'm not checking it now. Like, we'll just leave it. sitting like that, shaking in my seat, like, where's my fucking clothes? Anyway, we then get back to the hotel, and at 10:30 it'd been picked up by a courier. So I phoned the reception at midnight, still no bags, and I thought, surely through the night. Surely. 2 days later, please. Woke up and they were there.
Love it.
I think that's the happiest I've ever been in my life.
So you finally got to enjoy New York.
Yeah, then I was enjoying myself. To be fair, I didn't let it ruin it, but it's just inconvenient. No skins, no nothing.
But Zoe, you only got yourself to blame in this situation.
No, I know. I've
Outfits.
definitely learned my lesson, absolutely.
No, you haven't got yourself to blame. That is a shitter. But when it is a connecting flight, it happens a lot.
I know. And I get it. See, to be fair, I get it. We only just made the flight. So
how the fuck was your case
I'm not
meant
shocked.
to?
But I think it's just, it always very efficient. The woman was really convincing, like it'll be with you between, they said like 1 and 9 tomorrow, so we were expecting it hopefully before we went out at night, if not by the time we got back. And because it wasn't, you've then got radio silence, you've got a tracking link that doesn't show you anything, so then you're just a bit like, are we ever going to get it?
Yeah.
It's more like the uncertainty at that point, and that's when an AirTag would be good.
Exactly.
Because at least then you know. Anyway, the next
tell us
day,
about New York then.
Yeah, well, so anyway, that was the first day. We went to Central Park, cycled round it, past Bryant Park on the way. Hadn't been there before.
Gorgeous.
Grand Central Station, I hadn't been there before.
What?
I know. I hadn't been there.
Love it.
So quite a few touristy things, but just kind of passing by. Then we went to the boathouse in Central Park for lunch.
Yep.
Which is quite famous in films. I think it's in When Harry Met Sally a few times. And in Sex and the City. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it was really nice. I got just a tomato pasta, a wee glass of wine, whatever, and our joggies. And then we went back, got ready for the concert. Billy Joel, perfect. The next day we were meant to go to Brooklyn, but it was pissing rain.
Oh yeah, you said that.
So I thought, let's not do that because we don't want to walk across the bridge and it's raining. It's meant to be sunny the next day. So we ended up going to that new place, the Summit One, Vanderbilt viewpoint thing.
Okay.
So it's next to Grand Central Station, and it's just like the typical viewpoint you see right out over all the city, but it's got like different rooms.
Yeah.
But when you walk through it all, it's all like glass floors and ceilings, but with mirrors through it.
Right.
So it just looks like people everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's quite scary actually. I had kind of like jelly legs when I was at the edge of the window, like looking out. On you know what I mean? Even though I know that's going to happen. And then we went into another room and. Did you see my story? And it was all the silver balls.
Yeah, I've seen that before on someone else's
so they
story.
were all just, but this is quite a new thing. It's quite good for like kids and that. It's not really my sort of thing, and I've looked at a viewpoint in New York before, but it was just quite a good thing when it was like quite a rainy day and whatever. And then at the top we've got a bar, so there's a wee cocky up there.
Gorge.
And wee chip and dip. The crisps and fries thing is quite confusing over there.
Yeah,
because I say chips and then they'll bring you
potato chips.
Walker's crisps. Anyway, so we did that day, and then we walked back through some shops, went into like Sephora, got a couple of bits. And then what did we do? Oh, we booked a last minute show because it was raining. So like, let's fit another show in. Why not, hey? Book of Mormon.
You went to see it?
I went to see it.
Thoughts?
Loved it so much. What I loved the most, though, was the people in the audience gasping.
What do you mean?
When like they said out order things, people going like, they're like, oh. There was a few women in front of us that just kept being like, oh my.
No way.
Just because it's so out of order.
Yeah.
But that made me like it more. So I thought, good on you. And the guys in it were really good. Like the wee best friend one, that's kind of like the wee loser, he was great.
Yeah. I can't really remember it that much.
I looked them all up after it because they give you, that's another good thing about New York, they give you a free programme.
Oh, but you literally have to pay it to buy it,
and even here,
$5 or something.
And not that I really am that bothered, but I do quite like to see who's playing who because I just like to have a nosy at them and like.
Oh, I'm glad you went to see it.
Yeah, so we went to see that night.
And did you hear the song that I was talking about?
Yeah, the songs were well good.
Yeah,
I knew a couple of them because obviously I listen to Magic at Musicals, the radio. So we did that night, which was good. And then on the Saturday we went to Brooklyn that day.
Thoughts?
Walked, loved it. I would definitely stay in that direction. We only really stayed there because we were going to some shows and stuff like that. And I mean, round about that area is too much for me. Like Times Square, like it is a bit of a shithole, as we said. Like just too busy, too many homeless, dodgy people.
I know, it's just a shame, innit?
Just because it's so touristy.
Yeah.
But it is good if you're going to like shows in maybe Central Park and Grand Central and all that. Like it's close enough to them.
But I feel like Brooklyn and Williamsburg are really up and coming. Well, they've always been up and coming, but
just a bit more
cooler, creative sort of.
Definitely.
It's really nice.
We got the subway down to Brooklyn and then walked over the bridge. Gorgeous. That's where I was trying to get all my cool pics.
Yeah.
My mum was really annoying me because she couldn't get the angles right.
I was like, come on, Mum.
And I'm quite difficult getting pictures of myself anyway. So that we were kind of falling out at that point. And then I took one of her and it was like perfect and she didn't even know how to take it.
I saw a comment on your picture and it was like,
and I was like,
this only took one ... million takes. Mine, however, was just the first shot.
And I thought, that's because the person behind the camera is good.
Yes.
What she actually said to me was, one, she was like, stop being so hard on yourself, like, you look gorgeous, whatever, and I was like, liar. But two, she was like, stop blaming the person behind the camera, maybe the object's the problem. And I was like, they're very contrasting statements, Mum. Anyway, we made our way over there and then went to Time Out Market.
Nice.
We got a donut in there.
Yeah.
We just wanted a wee breakfast thing. Pistachio donut. Mum got like some apricot one. Lovely. Then we walked along to Dumbo area. We went to the wee market there, wee like vintage market, which was really nice. Then we went and had lunch just kind of like at the water. Had a lobster roll.
Yeah, nice.
That was good. And a wee drink. And then went up to that rooftop we recommended,
Harriet's. Do you like it?
But they had, I loved it, but they had an event on, so it was quite like pumping. Like, it was quite like our vibe. Mum was a bit like, whoa. Like, she loves a party, but it was quite,
Was it intense? Yeah. Nice skyline view though.
Yeah, really nice. But we did book a table and they couldn't give us a table because there was other event on. I was like, I know, but I booked a table.
How nice is the lobby smell of that hotel?
Yeah, I know.
That's the Lago, I think.
Hotel. That is a really nice.
It's called the One Hotel, I think.
Works at it, like stuff around it just now. I don't know what that'll be.
Yeah, it's
interesting.
Called the One Hotel, I think. Can't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, the last thing I really have to say is we went to Moulin Rouge that night.
Thoughts? Is this the first time you've seen Moulin Rouge?
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't overly keen.
The theatre queen has spoken.
And I'll tell you why. Me and my mum both agreed. The second half was better. We got into the sort of swing of it more and what it's kind of about and whatever. But I think that's a show for people who are not really that into shows.
Okay.
Because it's just kind of, it's almost like, a cabaret style, the way the actual Moulin Rouge is.
Yeah.
But the music's mashups of like Beyonce, Rihanna.
But that's the one thing I'm a little bit confused about. I thought Moulin Rouge has been around for years.
No, the film has.
So why?
It's different music from the film as well.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not really sure why that is. I've actually not seen the film the whole way through. I couldn't get in it.
Why are we watching people cabareting to single ladies on stage?
Well, that's the thing. And they sang Single Ladies and I can't stand that song. So I was instantly a bit like, oh.
That would, for me, would feel like I'm watching like a Magic Mike type show.
That's the thing. Like, parts of it were quite like that, which I think threw me off. And just because I love a classic musical, I think it was just a bit.
I thought Moulin Rouge was all like Frenchy and.
It is a wee
love
bit, but
story.
To be fair, I would go and see it again here because Boy George was one of the main guys in it, and he's not really that great, is he? Like, he's just
what, in New York?
Yeah.
You saw Boy George?
Yeah, he was in it.
I love that.
No, I know it was good, but he's just a name. Let's be honest. Like,
yeah,
he's good at his stuff, but he's not really a good actor or anything.
Right. Okay.
So like that was quite pantomime vibes for me.
Yeah.
And then the main woman in it was really good, but she was one of those singers that made me nervous when she was doing the high notes. I don't, we just get that sometimes in a show. So I think that threw me a bit. I liked it, but I'm not on the hype with everyone else. But I just don't know if me and my mum are too like
snobby now,
like musical geeks for that sort of show.
That's fair. You're not going to like everything.
I still had a nice night. I still enjoyed it, but I just wasn't like, wow, that's the best show I've ever seen, which a lot of people say. Because
I was in London last week and I sent you a picture of Harriet's. Yeah. Is it Harriet's?
No, Heather's.
Heather's, sorry.
Heather's.
And I sent you a picture of it because it was like a poster and it said voted the best show ever. And of course you'd seen it. I think you might have mentioned it on this though, haven't you?
Yeah, my dad got me and my wee sister tickets to see that and I'd never heard of it in my life.
And didn't you say it was one of the best and you were listening to the playlist for ages after?
Yeah.
That was it.
I always do that with shows.
Yeah.
Like I'll probably listen to the Book of Mormon this week a few times.
Yeah. Oh, I was glad you had a nice time.
And then the day we were coming home, we'd all day, so we just went down into like West Village.
Yeah.
Went and saw like the Friends building, Sex and the City building.
Yeah.
Went to Dante, where you recommended, had brunch there, it was really nice.
Did you like it?
It was also Mother's Day.
Oh, so yeah, it was American Mother's Day.
A few cute bits going on, like wee flowers.
Was there a guy playing music?
No, but there was just nice music on.
And did you get a banana pudding from Magnolia Bakery?
And it was cookies and cream flavour.
Oh, so you didn't get the banana pudding?
No, it was banana pudding, but with a flavour. So it was almost like bits of Oreo through it with bananas.
And was it just fucking amazing?
Me and my mum shared a wee one, and I was like, we should get like one.
Because that's one thing about Magnolia Bakery, right? I know it's an OG in New York, and it is one of those where I'm just not something that enjoys going to overly hyped places when it's around.
Me neither.
But when I went, it genuinely is worth the fucking hype. It is one of the best things I've ever put in my mouth.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
So good.
I could have had it all over again.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Really good.
We also went to the taco place, you said. Lost Tacos.
Love it.
Loved it.
Fucking amazing.
We just had like one each quickly before, I think that was before.
Did you go Chelsea Market one or a different one?
No, we went to one.
Because there's a few,
There's one just not far from Times Square, so it was quite near us.
Yeah.
So we went there.
Just love it. And you was quite casual, you just stand and eat it.
And I got like a shrimp one. My mum got a chicken one, and it was so good.
Oh, I'm glad you went. See?
It was gorgeous.
Giving you all the good tips.
I know. But I think that's really my New York.
What you should do is write it in the Patreon chat like I did the Berlin and just do a little mini guide.
A wee guide? No, I will. One thing that also happened to me is obviously I got my luggage back, so like my toothbrush was there because the hotel did give us one, which was great. So I binned the hotel one, went to get something out my toiletry bag, and my own toothbrush fell down the toilet, and I thought, I was Olivia Atwood going, what now? So I then had to phone get another one from reception. My mum was like, just clean it. I thought,
never. No, sorry,
I'm sorry,
Suzanne.
are you okay, mother?
Sorry, Suzanne.
That's not fine.
Right, well, that's a gorgeous
Anyway,
wrap up.
Sorry, I'm done in.
Never spoke so much.
Never, my breath. Need my inhaler. I'm wheezy. Anyway, what have you been up to?
God.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, I have been up to quite a lot.
Tell me everything.
I'm trying to think where to start. So, I think, when did I go to... Okay, so after the podcast last week, myself and you went to Glasgow?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That feels like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was. So we went there that night. We actually went to Kong Rooftop for a drink, didn't we? And we took Chloe there for lunch after the podcast.
It was a gorgeous day. It was bloody roasting.
So nice in Kong Rooftop, isn't it?
It is. They've really done it well there.
Yeah, so it was a lovely day. So we went there and then we went to Glasgow after, and we had like the tasting menu. It was nice. We had, it was like 6 courses. We had some wine with it. Mm-hmm. Lovely. It's very... I would say it's somewhere where I would pay for my parents or someone to go on like an anniversary.
Yeah.
That style of menu.
Yeah, I think it's a bit older than us.
Yeah. It was nice. And if you're into your wine, like they came over and discussed it all with the pairing. So that was quite nice. And then that weekend, I actually went to Edinburgh on the Friday night for 4 days to host the Seafood Festival in St. James Quarter. I did that back to back every day from, I think it was like 10:30 till 5, interviewing all different types of chefs from Edinburgh and beyond, to be honest. Think of like Kapow. I interviewed Sandy Browning there, who works there. He's amazing. John Maltby from Sushi Samba. There was Rohan, the guy that was on MasterChef. A guy called Max from Duck and Waffle. He was like the main guy from like LA. He was really nice. Roberta from the little chart room in Edinburgh. God, honestly, it's back to back all 3 days, and I tried lots and lots of seafood, and I just felt like, even though I was hosting it and asking them tons of questions, I learnt so much as well.
I know you were saying that. I think that's really good.
Yeah, and this is what I'm like with Just Jess Food. I go through phases where I just don't cook, and if I don't post recipes, it's genuinely because I'm not forcing it. I don't feel inspired. I'm not cooking at home. I'm not going to just pump stuff out of my arsehole because I just want to post content. If I don't want to cook, I'm not going to do it.
Absolutely.
And I think when I go to these sort of places and when I eat out a lot is where I get inspiration from, or where I think, oh my God, especially seasonal stuff. So I ate a lot of asparagus that weekend because it's asparagus season, so everybody was serving it with that. Or
pish must have been stinking.
Yeah, it was. White asparagus is lovely. Then we had like scallops, trout, salmon, every type of fish I think I ate.
Sounds
so
delightful.
And now I've got loads of restaurants on my list that I'd like to try. I did post about it on my Instagram. So if you do live in Edinburgh, then please check out my reel, because I did tag everybody in that who I went to. So that was really fun, and it was good for me as well, because I do like the hosting stuff. I think I do find with this podcast, and you're quite new to it as well, but we're a lot more confident on a stage in front of people now. It's definitely become more easier for me to stand with a microphone and speak to a crowd of people.
It's just not as daunting when it's something you do weekly. Like, yeah, we've not got a crowd, but we're used to like keeping a conversation going and speaking into a microphone.
Yeah, and you know what I'm like, I can just talk till the fucking cows come home. And I think there were some guys that were cooking that either can't cook and talk at the same time, or they were really shy, or their English wasn't perfect. And I think for me, there was the two guys from The Alchemist, they were so great. Two guys, they'd never done anything like this before, and the cocktail kept going wrong. Like they were melting some sugar on a Bunsen burner that you used to do in like science when you were a teenager, and it wouldn't melt. And they were going to do like a magic trick with it, but it wouldn't work. So we had a good 20 minutes of just fucking garbage chat. And sorry, pounding the swear jar, garbage chat, and we just had the biggest laugh ever, because
that's a shame. That's quite awkward, isn't it?
No, but it wasn't awkward. That's what I'm saying.
Like you've managed to kind of
and I think because I genuinely am so interested in people's life, or I want to know everything. I think we were just chatting and it was funny.
Yeah.
So I think that sort of thing is quite good, and good for me to practice and understand that if you are interviewing someone and it's an awkward for them, or they feel you can bring them out and make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And by day 3, I was just dancing around the stage. I wasn't nervous at all, to be honest. And then my best friend came up, Holly, and we went to the opening of, what's it called?
Effie's
in Uddingston. There's one in Merchant City. That was quite nice. And then we did actually a half marathon on the Saturday. So
I saw that.
She's training for a marathon.
Deep breaths.
She's training for a marathon with my friend Rebecca. Holly's doing Lisbon, Rebecca's doing Frankfurt. So they were like, oh, do you want to go on a half marathon? I thought,
yeah, why not?
Well, it wasn't really a
absolutely
why not?
Whenever.
It was okay. Got Heather to come, and the good thing, Heather's like, I'll only do it if we run at my pace. And I wouldn't say she's slow at all. She's not slow anymore, but she's, we have a nice plod, and we did just that. And honestly, when I say to you, Zoe,
I feel like it didn't really take that long, though, considering.
Took 2.5 hours, and we stopped for halfway for a pee at Starbucks. And
that's what I mean, considering you feel like you're going at maybe the slower person's pace. Like, that's not slow.
And we did stop a little bit, like traffic lights and things, because we did run all the way around Glasgow. I was running down Buchanan Street.
I saw that. I would have dropped dead.
I was like, I can't. I actually couldn't believe I was doing it at the time. I was pissing. Holly was like, she doesn't really know what Buchanan Street really is. So me and Rebecca were like, this is just fucking lol. We should be out getting pissed right now. But honestly, I took a minute afterwards and I thought, we laughed, all of us laughing, saying like, we can't believe we've just been casually around a half marathon.
I can't
for
believe
fun.
It.
And I just felt so proud of myself. I thought, I did actually enjoy it. Never did I think I'd enjoy something like that. It's not something I'm going to do all the time, but I did not feel sore. Remember when I did it in Inverness? I couldn't walk, Zoe.
Yeah.
Couldn't walk for 2 days. And I do think that's all down to the speed. I was running a whole way over a minute faster doing the Inverness one per kilometre.
Yeah.
So I felt good. My knee felt great. We didn't overthink it. The night before I was drinking beers. We just had a porridge before we left. I do think sometimes with this sort of stuff, you overthink it and you get yourself so worked up.
It's also different when it's like an event you're doing it for rather than just doing it.
Exactly.
Like, see, if you all really needed to, you could have stopped.
Oh yeah, and we did. Like it wasn't a race. Rebecca was hungover. She didn't get in until like 1 the night before. I can't believe she did that. So yeah, that sort of thing I was really proud of. Then we went out to Big Counter. I think I spoke about this because me and you went on our Southside tour. But guys, fuck me, the menu changes all the time, swear jar again. And it is just so good. And I can swear because I'm passionate about it.
Yeah, but I like when it's passion driven.
Big Counter is so good. Especially if you're a real foodie. Because I understand that some of the stuff on the menu, if you're not into it, like you say, Jason would have freaked out. Holly was saying Kane would be like, no way, I'll just have the steak and chips.
Yeah.
But Rich enjoyed it, and just it's the sauces they use, the taste. I really love it.
It's like the stuff, the physical meat or fish or whatever that's the main thing of the dish isn't fancy as such, but it's like they do such amazing sauces and dressings, and that's what makes it different. That's what makes it good, though. They
did something called Cafe de Paris butter mussels, and it's like a really...
I love mussels.
Yeah, you'd have loved this, Zoe. And it was sort of like... really, really strong, but it had like a bit of curry powder through it. It's like a tomato. It was just unbelievable. I've never tasted anything like it in my entire life. Oh, and sorry, quickly, when I went to Edinburgh, I stayed at the W Hotel. Oh, gorgeous. Yeah. I got an upgrade as well. Couldn't fucking believe it. Bound again. Just getting passionate about it. The W Hotel was so nice.
Yeah, that looked great.
I really recommend if anyone's going to Edinburgh for the Fringe Festival, you go and book a drink at the rooftop. They're going to be taking bookings, I think, from June, because I did ask them. But at the moment, it's just walk-in. There's also a speakeasy in the W called Joao's Place. Again, book it. Gorgeous view of like...
No idea that was there.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was at the festival and some girl that worked at the festival told me to go because she knew I was staying there. Mm-hmm. The spa. The spa in there is one of the best facilities I've ever seen. They've got massage beds in there. There's a sand bed that is the first of its kind in Europe or maybe the UK. I cannot remember, but
that's very bougie.
So it's all like the Earth's elements, wind, fire.
Oh, that earthy, right?
Yeah, each room's named that. Anyway, really recommend you go because you get it all to yourself if you hire out the jacuzzi one. So you could do like a hen party in there.
Wow.
You have a couples thing where they open up the massage bedroom into the sauna steam jacuzzi. So there was that. I didn't get to use it because it was full, which is a shame, but I will definitely think of that next time. There is a whole recording studio in there. A full-blown recording studio in the sense of like Lewis Capaldi could go and record a song.
I wonder why that is.
I think because of it's a creative space, Edinburgh, for the Fringe, right? So if people want to come to the Fringe for the month and they've got a podcast, people can go and record a podcast in there or go and record whatever.
I forget how big a thing the Fringe is.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't it? For everyone, comedians all over the world, it's like renowned for one of the best.
It's their moment of the year.
Yeah. Like I say, that massage room would be amazing for hen do's. And speaking of hen do's, there's something that has been...
Are you throwing one?
Hell no. There's something that's being really winding me up.
Right, tell me.
Okay, so I was scrolling through ASOS looking for a wedding dress outfit, a wedding guest outfit, should I say, because it's wedding season and we all need to find something lovely to wear that isn't a white dress. And then I came across this veil from...
Right.
The brand was South Beach, actually.
Okay. Name and shame?
Name and shame. And I'm outing you here, designers of South Beach, because I need to understand your thought process behind this. And anybody else that cares to wear it, because it had over 800 people like it and save it. Why? I need to understand, ladies, why, when we go on these hen do's, are you wearing a veil or anything that says, my last disco, my last rodeo? Please tell me. So...
Because life ends when you get married, Jess.
Exactly. Are we implying then that when we marry this man or woman, that we are no longer having a disco? Does the disco end because we're about to marry?
Seems like it.
Would your man on his stag do be wearing my last party? Would he? Fuck, guys. No, he
Absolutely
wouldn't.
Absolutely not.
Come on, let's just change the narrative of that. That needs to stop.
Can we just have Miss to Misses?
Yeah.
Or bride to be.
We are not never partying again just because we're having a ring on your finger and marrying the man.
I'm partying more. Life will be harder.
For sure. And he certainly is not going around in his stag do telling everyone, this is my last night out, lads. Let's make the most of it.
He's probably saying he's fucking single.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like we're fueling the fire of the olden days relationship sort of vibe.
And you know, me and you, we're all for fair fucks, do whatever you want to do.
It shouldn't be your last anything.
It shouldn't. So...
Maybe your last shagging.
But
that's...
yeah, but not your last disco. That's what it said.
Absolutely not.
Last disco.
The disco is only beginning.
The disco. Disco with your man. Why is it your last disco with your friends? I really hope not.
You too.
So that is the one thing that's really been winding me up this week. And I was just... Couldn't believe it. And also, I'll end on something funny because you see this on my close friends as well. So, talking of running quickly, I was lying in bed on my phone and I was like, on my Strava, and I was like, bloody hell, because it tells you your roundup of what you've ran so far.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, bloody hell, babe, I ran over 300k this year. And I felt like, we know what Richard's like, he's very unbothered about a lot of stuff. And he was like, 300k? Babe, what? And I went, I know, that's pretty good, isn't it? And I thought, he's a bit too happy for that.
Passionate.
Yeah, and I thought, he went, but Jess, that's like nearly $500,000. I went, I know, that's classy. He went, and you're moaning about paying £600 a month for a car? And I went, what? What do you think I just said? He went, that you earned nearly £500,000. And he goes, I fucking wish, son. Jesus Christ.
You're way off.
I went, I've ran 300k. And he went, went back to being completely unbothered. I was, because obviously early that day, by the way, guys, I'm trying to find a new car. And I was just saying to Zoe, I can't believe how expensive they are.
Ridiculous.
The car that I want is going to be over £600 before bloody insurance. So
maybe you should just get a bike.
If I could get one of them e-bikes, I'd love it.
A Vespa.
I love it.
Right, well, I guess I'll see you on the Patreon.
Yeah. Join us over there because I've got a few random other thoughts to talk about. And
I want to hear about your London trip.
Yes. And I think also I want to mention on this main before I leave and just look at my notes here. I know we keep mentioning it on the Patreon, but I had so much feedback, so much about when I said about my eyes.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, guys, I've taken everybody's advice because I had a lot of opticians in my DMs.
Right.
And yeah, they believe that it could be the eyelash serum that I've been using.
That's not ideal.
No.
A lot of people in this life use that.
Yeah. And I'm not slating the brand at all because the product works.
Yeah.
But I do believe that basically they're saying that whatever is the ingredient is in some of these eyelash serums, it makes you lose fat in the eyes area.
Right.
And that's what I'm sensing. I'm feeling like a sunken eye feel. Mm-hmm. I know I mentioned it could have been like the Botox I had around my eyes. It could be that as well. I don't know.
Better both.
It could be my allergies, my cats, my general hay fever. It could be the congestion that I'm not using my nose spray enough. Could be that I'm not drinking enough water. So I am trying everything. The eye drops I've stopped taking, the illegal eye drops, because somebody did message me and say they are really bad.
I mean, I was counting down the days for you going blind.
They actually, your blood vessels in your eyes, whatever, these eye drops reduce them and then they make them swell back. So it's like a vicious circle. Like
Vaseline. If you use it, you can't stop them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. So
there you go.
For anybody else that may be feeling that, and do you know what I will say with the eyelash serum? I'm just not one of those people where I just do a little bit across it. You've seen it. I'm like, do.
You also do it multiple times a day.
Yeah, I do, don't I?
It's a bit much.
Twice a day. Only twice a day. Like lip gloss.
Sometimes I think you get carried away with things like that.
I do. Do you know when I see results, I'm like, oh my God, I need to keep it up.
I know. And it's quite an enjoyable thing. I quite like the feeling of like the cool.
Did you see somebody wrote in the Patreon chat saying, if it makes you lose fat cells from your eye, why can't we rub it all over our body?
Was that not Kaylee?
It was Kaylee, yeah.
Also, speaking of guests, thanks for all the lovely feedback for Chloe, by the way.
Yeah, she said she's
had a great response, a lot of messages, so we appreciate that.
She said that she's been on lots of podcasts and never has she seen a more engaged audience than ours. And she cannot believe lots of brands aren't sponsoring us.
And making us rich. Anyway, we're signing off.
Yeah, bye.
For this day. And we'll see you on Friday if you join us. And if not, we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday, guys.
Bye.
Bye.